night or broad daylight, she's bringing the truth into the fight. Shining a light where the shadows creep, for the lost, the stolen, the ones who will weep. She won't turn away, she won't back down, even when the loony clowns come round. Threats don't shake her, lies don't win. She stands for justice, right till the end. Want the truth, want the best, wanna be safe as you chat. Find kids true crime, it's worth your time. She's got your back, she's on the line. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok too, Facebook stream, she'll fight for you. Some chase views, but she fights for those with nothing to lose. For the kids who vanish without a trace, she won't stop till she cracks the case. They try to silence, they try to scare, but truth don't break and she's still there, calling out monsters, showing their game. Justice comes when you speak their name. Want the truth, want the best, wanna be safe as you chat. Find kids true crime, it's worth your time. She's got your back, she's on the line. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok too, Facebook stream, she'll fight for you. Need a voice, kids stand strong. She makes the choice for victims gone, for those in need. She's fighting hard, she won't concede. Want the truth, want the best, wanna be safe as you chat. Find kids through crime, it's worth your time. She's got your back, she's on the
Good morning, my beautiful people. Thank you, Misty, and good morning. Yeah, I figured you were working. Melissa from the bushes. Hi, how you doing? Hi, Kentucky Dog. Hope you're okay. Hello, person. Scrolling forever from Kick. Thank you for being here. Aw, thank you. Hey guys, I'm going to complain a minute. Just so people that are new, that are watching, okay, in the bushes, whatever it may be, I'm going to complain about my life for a minute because that's what I do. I'm just not true crime. I'm everything. Let me get my headphones on, guys. Give me a minute. I hate wearing these things because they hurt my ears. But it is what it is. Okay, I'm going to complain about my dad. You guys want to hear it? Anybody want to hear it? I've had it. I've so had it. You got a sore back? Fuck. I'm sorry. I'm just irritated. I've been irritated since last night. My dad is an asshole. People, just so you know, that's what my dad calls himself too. Okay. I'm everything, and then some. That's right. Okay, let me tell you something. My dad pissed me off last night to no end. I told him to F off in front of his face. I've never done that in my whole life. You guys are not going to believe this shit. I talked to management here, and we got a new company, right? But they're really really nice, and they're trying to make my apartment building better. And we have some exercise equipment on the third floor. But when I'm on the treadmill, right? Remember, I can't go for walks with my dog because it's too flipping cold here. And I talked to her in the office, and I said, "Hey, could you bring down the exercise equipment to the first floor? Because the third floor, it makes the whole floor, whatever." She goes, "Oh, that's a good idea." I go, "Maybe that'll bring other residents out of their apartment. I don't know, but I need it." So they did that for me, and they text me and sent me a picture to surprise me. I'm like, "Oh my God." Okay. I go get Nala last night from my dad. He goes, "You know what's going on around here?" And he started saying, I go, "I know, isn't that cool? They brought the exercise equipment downstairs for me." And I was so excited. He goes, "I put it back." I go, "What?" He goes, "I put it back where it belongs." I go, "What?" I go, "You're fucking kidding me, right?" I go, "They did that for me, Dad." He goes, "It don't belong up there. It's been like that for 34 years." I go, "You know what? Times have changed, Dad. I don't care." I go, "It's not yours to do that to. They did it for me. It is mine. Nobody asked my permission." Okay, so you know what? You know what? He is not getting my dog. He can have that mother effing treadmill and shove it up his ass. Okay? And he better not even come for my dog. And yes, people, I may sound mean right now, but you don't understand my family. I had enough. I've had 55 years of enough of his bullshit, and he was drunk. Okay, I've been dealing with that shit since I was born into this shit. I was born into alcoholics, and I just hate it. But I stood my ground last night. I told him off to his face, which I've never done in my whole life, people. So I'm frustrated. I'm still, usually when I sleep on it, I'm okay. No, no, not this time. I'm done. I'm done because you know what? He doesn't understand. It's a different time frame. Everything don't revolve around him, and he's a control freak. No more. He's not controlling me. No more. Nada. Not a damn thing. Okay, I'm done. Amber, Amber, how you doing? Sorry, guys, I had to get it out because you guys are my therapy, as we all know. But I'll be okay. I did. It's the first time I've ever in my life stood up for myself. And I found out some shit, and it kind of even made me sad that my parents did when I was a baby. I don't know how young. I know shit started happening when I was 2 years old. That's when the beating started with my dad. They would put vodka in my bottle for me to go to sleep at night so they could party. My aunt told me that. I'm very disturbed by that too. No wonder why I'm not normal. Just saying. Thank you. If you people only knew. That's why I'm not normal. That's why I'm not normal. You guys. I'm like, oh my God. Are you fucking kidding me? I just. That's why I stay away from the alcohol, people. It's got to be it. I remember so much icky shit, but that I didn't. So I must have been little, like a year old or something. I know there's pictures of me, and I'll have to get them for you people, of me in my high chair passed out with a beer can on my high chair. I swear to God, I shit you not. I'll find that picture. My dad got us drunk, and I remember this. When I was a little girl, we had little Tupperware cups, and I was dancing like an angel. I was dancing in the living room, singing, and then all of a sudden I stopped, and I heard a voice like from God, I'll say, and I looked around the room, and it said in my head, "This is not normal. This is not normal." Because people in the apartment, okay, My mom and dad's apartment, everybody's, alcoholics in my family and drinking and plus doing other stuff. I shit you not, that happened. I'm not lying. You people know I don't lie. I tell too much. Yeah. My great uncle would go to the bar and leave my dad and his sister in the car. Oh God, it. You can't do that shit no more. And like you guys, my dad don't understand. I'm telling you, if he comes to my house, I'm going to lose it. If he comes into my apartment, I'm going to lose it. I want my keys back. He's got my keys to everything that I own. And the sad thing about it, he takes my car without my permission from time to time. I'll find out after the fact. He don't have a license. Hasn't had a license since 1989. And he wouldn't even help me and my brother get our driver's license. We never got to, we didn't have license when we were in school. So embarrassing. And if I got into his car and drove it, he would lose his effing mind, right? I got her their Z28 one time and I drove it. My mom let me. She's like, don't do it your dad though. So I didn't get my license till I moved out. And I did not come around until 2011. Does that tell you anything about my life? Does it, people? I stayed away. I stayed away. I have a papa, or a picture with my papa with whiskey in his hand watching me when I was like 2. I know, it was. Yeah, me and my brother would sit on beer cases because my mom and dad, they had race cars. That's all they had was brand new cars. And my dad had a 69 Chevelle, and we would sit on the beer cases, and he would race cars. And we used to shift the shifter for him in the front seat. No seatbelt, nothing, you guys. Nothing. And that was the only attention we got from our dad when we were in his car because we would tell him to go faster. And then we got to shift the shifter with him. Ain't that sick? It's disgusting. Do you know how embarrassing that is when you're in high school and your parents won't pay for your behind the wheel, even though they could afford it? That's why when I moved out when I was 17 with my baby. Fucking right, I did. Out. I'm out of here. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop now. Okay, I seen when they arrested the person for the ransom note for Nancy, right? This case is very strange to me. I don't know how anybody else feels about this case, but something is very, very off, and I want to know. It's sad. Somebody took a granny, right? Why? Why are there so many resources for grandma here? She's important, but every missing person is important. Okay? Now, what I'm figuring out, because you're a famous reporter, so okay, let's say one of my people go missing. God forbid it don't happen. Knock on wood. Okay, I've knocked. Knock on wood for me, people. Could I call the White House and say, give me all your resources, please? Can I get on YouTube and say, hey, White House, FBI, help me find my loved one? No, it would never happen. It would never happen. Guys, something's off. My prayers is what's doing it, right? My prayers are with her. Okay, Granny. This seems political, but I'm not. I don't want to go there. This is sad, very sad. I think it was normal up until 2003. My papa was just old fashioned that he didn't care. I know my dad cannot handle this shit. This generation. Oh my god, you guys, I just can't. Don't get me going again. I get myself going. I don't mean you. I'm very mad at Ashley Banfield. That's why I keep bashing her. Kinda. I don't bash her to hurt her, but I let everybody know she's in the Epstein files. And what she did within this case, Ashley's done it before in cases, she could ruin a case. Okay? She got fired because the things she said in the Chris Watts case. Does anybody remember that? I do. I do. And there's other cases. And I said something in her comment section one time because she was a reporter was outside the prison and they were flickering lights and all that shit, and Ashley started asking them questions and shit. And I said, hey, that's not a good idea because now they're going to get in trouble. They're going to get in trouble because what you're doing, having them answer with the lights, yes or no, right? And they did that, and sure enough, all of them got in trouble that were doing it. She don't care. She has to be the first one for everything. I said it. Yes, I did. Yes, everyone, yes, yes, yes. You can. I'm not going to tell anybody what to do. But yeah. So this is Granny. Granny's missing. Very, very sad. We got a bunch of grannies in the world missing, though. Okay. We got a bunch of missing children. Okay. We got a bunch of missing mamas. Echo Lloyd. Can we talk about Echo Lloyd for a minute? She went missing what? 2020? Out of her home? Everything's missing? Nothing's missing except for her out of her home? Can we talk about that a minute? Yeah. Savannah is in the media. Politicians are going to kiss her ass. I've never even heard of that lady, to be honest with you. Hi, rapper. I don't know. I'm getting frustrated with the situation. Well, not frustrated. I want her phone, but prayers is number one. Prayers, 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 or whatever you give to the universe, so grandma's okay, so granny's okay, right? That nobody's harming her, right? Right? Come on now. And the next time I never mind. I'm not going to do it. Well, maybe I will do it next time. There's a missing person. I'm going to contact the FBI. What is the F? I'm going to contact the FBI and I'm going to say, hey, let's help this family find their missing loved one. I don't watch her. I've never even heard of that lady. Not saying anything bad. It's a horrible situation. I couldn't imagine. Okay, let's look at the guy that did the Bitcoin thing on TMZ. This ding dong. Okay, he was arrested. You guys seen his face on my thumbnail, right? I'm going to show you his YouTube. He's only got 2 channels or 2 videos. But this is a dude, the fake ransom, which these people should be arrested. Hold on, let me go. Let me go to Derek's YouTube. Here we go. Holy. See him? Look at that. What is that? He's got a blow up doll here. So this guy thinks he's a rock star. He's a wannabe rock star. He ain't nothing. Okay, let me show you some other things he has done along with other people. I knew all this stuff yesterday, but I'm not going to be like everybody else and pounce on it. Baby diaper loving people. Yeah, it is. It is, man. It is. He's a weirdo. Okay. This is the type of guy that he is. Here we go. Over 430K stolen by LA County workers and employment fraud. Is this one it? Yeah. Hold on a minute. So, yes, here he is. He was the intermediate clerk for the Department of Health Services, fraudulently received nearly $10,000 in unemployment benefits. So that was December 5th, 2025. Does that tell you anything about his character? Let's listen. Where's the sound? What the fuck? Sorry, guys.
Connection. NBC4's Jonathan Gonzalez live on Newsman. Tell us what the district attorney had to say here. Jonathan.
Yeah, Michael, District Attorney Nathan Hochman says that these 13 LA County workers took COVID unemployment relief money while they were actively employed. While he says 13 workers, of course, is a tiny fraction of LA County's workforce, he says he wants the public to look at the other number here, nearly $500,000 that he says were effectively taken from taxpayers. LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman announcing charges Wednesday against 13 LA County employees he claims took advantage of COVID unemployment funding.
Essentially stole it from the actual taxpayers and the people who really needed it in the first place.
The LA County Auditor Controller's Office conducted an audit and found that these 13 workers took a combined $437,000 in state unemployment funding, the workers representing 7 different LA County agencies.
These are county employees who were employed at the time full-time by either the county or their next employer, yet applied and made applications to this COVID relief EDD fund, saying in essence that they were unemployed.
Hochman says these workers repeatedly checked forms indicating they were unemployed, but most did not list who their most recent employer was. The funding came from the state's Employment Development Department, or EDD, designed to help people who lost their jobs during the pandemic. However, LA County taxpayers were on the hook to reimburse the state for that money.
It is shocking at these county employees who are receiving their county check every single 2 weeks are also telling EDD at the same time that they're unemployed and they receive no money.
The cases all stem from 2020 through 2023. The 13 workers are now facing felony grand theft charges while other audits are continuing. LA County Chief Audit Executive Robert Campbell.
The vast majority of the county workforce works tirelessly to represent and assist some of the most vulnerable people in our population. And we all deserve and should expect a government that is built on integrity.
Hochman says more people may be notified that they may have committed similar types of fraud, but whose cases can no longer be prosecuted due to statute of limitations. But he still has a message for them.
If you did steal the money, give it back.
Now, in addition to felony charges, those 13...
There's that. There's that. So that guy deserves to go to prison. Okay? Patty Sturgis. How you doing? Why are you holding on? What's going on? What am I missing? Oh, sorry. All right. So now we are going to go to his charges. Let's go look. Let's go look at what he did. I haven't read this. I'm reading it with you guys. I got a sore throat. Keep that in mind. I don't know what's going on. All right. So he's being charged with 2 counts. On February 4th, defendant Derek, with the intent to transmit a demand for ransom, did transmit in interstate or foreign commerce any communication containing any demand or request for a ransom reward for the release of any kidnapped person. Okay, count 2. Let's see. On February 4th, 2026, Derek, in interstate or foreign communication, made a telephone call and utilized a telecommunication device, whether or not conversation is, what is this? Communication ensures, without disclosing his identity or intent to abuse, threaten, harass any specific person. Let's see, what else here? Anything good? Anything good? So February 5th, this was signed. All right, here we go. Let me take a drink. Let me take a drink of water. Here we go. The disappearance of Nancy. Okay, I'm like going to skim through this because we pretty much know, right? Okay, Nancy was last seen at her residence in Catalina Foothills outside of Tucson on January 31st. Shoot. She's an 84-year-old woman with mobility issues and likely precluded from walking long distances unassisted. See, why was she at home alone? I'm sorry, guys. I don't get it. On the morning of February 1st, 2026, a friend of Nancy's contacted the victim's family, notified that Nancy had not shown up for church. At approximately noon, Nancy's family entered her residence and determined that she was missing and reported her disappearance to law enforcement. LA arrived shortly after that and determined that Nancy had left basic essentials inside her home, including wallet, car, cell phone, hearing aid, medication. Blood was found on the outside of her residence near the porch. February 2nd, the Cold Channel, KOLD, a CBS affiliate in Tucson, interesting, received a ransom note via their tip portal. The demand listed a Bitcoin wallet address to receive the ransom payment. No, wait a minute. Did that guy do that to TMZ? No, okay, this is interesting. Sorry, guys. On February 4th, family published a video asking kidnappers to contact them about their mother. Hey, they're not talking about TMZ here. I heard there was 3 tips. I don't know what you guys heard. Let's find out. Maybe it's here. Maybe I've gotten too far. On February 4th, shortly after the video was published, AC and TC, which is her daughter and son-in-law. Oh, here we go. The daughter and son-in-law of Nancy both separately received a text message from the following number and said, "Did you get the Bitcoin? We're waiting on our end for the transaction." Oh my God. AC and TC received these text messages while in there. So you guys. Okay, never mind. LA was able to determine through open source methods that the 0552 number was associated with the voice over, what is that, internet protocol text and call application that allows users to obtain another phone number for their mobile devices separate from the number assigned to them by their wireless carrier. Law enforcement, was I saying LA? I've been meaning to say LE. Oh my God, I'm such a dork. Submitted an emergency disclosure request for number 0552 based on records provided for the 0552. Number was registered to the following email address. The records also indicate that 0552 number had been assessed from the following IP address. Oh God, people are stupid. At approximately 6:02 p.m. on February 4th, 2026. People, you're so stupid. Come on now. LA submitted an emergency disclosure request to intent provider for the 103. 103 IP address and determined that the 103 IP address is associated with Derek, residence in California. Okay, after some Miranda rights, Derek admitted to sending the 2 texts. He admitted to using the BOIP account from which 2 actual text messages came from. He stated that he pulled the family's information from a cyber website and that he had been following along and watching TV when he said he sent the text messages. He was trying to see if the family would respond. What a bunch of sickos. I mean, really, guys? Okay. Data received shows that approximately 3 minutes after the text messages, he called a family member of Nancy's, which lasted 9 seconds. The 2 messages have not been linked to the February 2nd ransom demand. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe TMZ really got it. I don't know, people. Look at that. It's a federal judge. Huh. Interesting. What do you guys think? Anybody think anything? Anybody? Blame Stockler. Hey. Hi, Kentucky Dog. Hi, everybody. You think it's suspicious? Hi, Tess. How you doing? Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Don't have many people here, but hey, you're here. You people are here. We're going to get into a little bit of Wade Wilson. Do you guys remember that I wanted to read, or I was looking for the appellate thing that he's doing. I hope these people feel stupid giving $100K. Do you know he's laughing all the way to the bank? That attorney? He sure is. Yes, he will be. It's nothing but the son-in-law doing the... You think it's a son-in-law? I'm not saying who. I don't know who it is. I just know this granny's missing. Because I'm not going to be like other people. I'm saying other creators. And put stuff out there that I don't know and that law enforcement hasn't said. Hell to the no, no, no. No, I just want to bring this up. This is just a few hours away from her house. 2 teenage boys, guys. You're not going to believe this shit. They targeted a Scottsdale home invasion linked to a $66 million cryptocurrency plot. Look at this shit.
New at 9, a targeted Scottsdale home invasion leads to felony charges against 2 California teens.
The investigation revealing that it was all part of a plot to steal cryptocurrency. Fox 10's Nicole Christine joins us live with more.
Yeah, good evening, guys. The neighbors that we spoke to in that neighborhood today, they say they were shaken up by this ordeal, but they were really happy to see these suspects caught so quickly. They added, though, that this seems to be a little bit of a scary trend where criminals are really honing in on cryptocurrency as a motive for burglary and even violence.
It's certainly eye-opening, and it's also incredible the way that different pieces of evidence will be pieced together.
When Ari Parker left his Scottsdale home to run errands Saturday morning, he didn't think twice about this blue vehicle driving by. On his way home, he noticed what he thought was a drug-related arrest involving a blue Subaru in the parking lot of a nearby shopping center.
The trunk was open, there were supervisory police department vehicles there, and I thought, oh wow, that person's screwed. I had no idea they were connected to the crime that happened here.
That crime, a reported home invasion just down the road from Parker's home near Cactus Road and the 101. According to court docs, 2 teenagers, now identified as Jackson Sullivan and Skylar LaPale, showed up that morning dressed as package delivery drivers, then forced their way into the home, restraining 2 adults with duct tape and assaulting them. Their motive? Robbery of $66 million worth of cryptocurrency the homeowners allegedly had. According to police, the teens met recently and say they were extorted by a person called Red and a person called 8. The pair sent on this mission from California and given $1,000 to get supplies. One of the victims reportedly denied having the crypto, leading to further assault. An adult son in the home called police from another room. When cops showed up, the teens fled, only to be caught and arrested at the scene Parker described. Police telling Parker the car on his Ring camera footage is believed to be their vehicle.
The police work was really impressive. They were pounding the pavement, doing old school gumshoe police detective work, knocking on doors, letting neighbors know what was happening.
Parker says the crime led neighbors to talk among themselves and connect in an effort to stay alert.
Many of them have lived here for 15, 20 years, and they mentioned that this is the first time they could remember something like this happening.
Yeah.
So it actually brought the neighborhood together in a way.
Okay.
Now, Sullivan and LaPale are both facing
How about that? I'm just saying. Can you believe it? Those teenagers doing stuff like that? Oh my God. Okay, I'm just saying. They won't care about a granny, these young boys. Just saying. I'm not saying they did anything. Let me put that out there. Hello. Hold on a minute. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. I was going to burp and I can't do that live. Well, I would, but let's see. Anything good going on here? I think it's somebody that has to do with Savannah. Why do I say? Because she's on the news. Okay, let's go to News Nation because they're one of the best. Hold on, where'd it go? Oh, here we go. News Nation. Let's see what the neighbor has to say. This is the neighbor. Oops.
Well, people could not be more upset, more surprised, more disturbed. And our organization, was immediately in touch with our constituents with an email blast asking them to cooperate and help get started on the Ring camera search and actually to keep an eye out. People up here walk a lot in this neighborhood, and so everybody, I believe, has been totally aware of this and kept their eyes out.
There were several reports. I know the sheriff said he was investigating that in the past month or two, people in that neighborhood had reported trespassers. Do you know anything about that?
I do not. I have not heard that.
Yeah, describe this neighborhood for people who haven't been there. I lived in Arizona. I know this neighborhood a little bit, but describe it because it's really special.
Yes, I would say it's really special. It's It's about 2,700 feet altitude. It's right at the foothills of the mountains, Catalina Mountains, that go up to near 10,000 feet. And it's, there's a lot of space between the houses. It's not like other residential areas in other parts of the country, as you can see from your great aerial there. And people don't have normal yards. Very little grass, primarily saguaro, prickly pear,
Right, but because
Palo
of
Verde,
that, because the houses are beautiful but spaced far apart, nobody seems to have heard or seen anything. Plus the fact that officials believe this happened in the middle of the night. I mean, it's dark and it's quiet there in the middle of the night.
This is correct. I would like to add the one thing to that. It's dark because people here in this community in particular cherish the night sky. And we don't have streetlights, not because out of some fear, but we don't have streetlights because of wanting to have the night sky, and because astronomy is a really important part of our University of Arizona, and you know, it hurts the telescopes if you have a lot of streetlights.
Did you know Nancy Guthrie or any members of the Guthrie family?
I did not know them, no, but Nancy's children went to all the same public schools my children went to. They're approximately the same age, but not quite the same class. So, you know, they know who they are. They have friends who are friends.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.
That's right. Now, before I begin with this, let's see. What is this? This was 5 hours ago.
Here outside Nancy Guthrie.
There's Brian. Okay, remember I talked about Echo Lloyd people? In May, it'll be 6 years that Echo's been gone. FBI, the White House. Let's look into this case too. Okay? This is beautiful Echo Lloyd. I've done many videos on her.
Hope tonight for answers in the case of a missing Benton County woman. A cashier is the last one who saw Echo Lloyd 5 years ago. Frances Watson talked to her family about the reason they feel a break in the case could be coming soon.
The reality is that we don't believe that she's out there, but I just hope that she hears that we're not going to stop fighting for her until she's back home with us, and we're never going to give up on her or on her case.
Echo Lloyd was reported missing in May of 2020. Last seen at the Dollar General in Climax Springs, the then 48-year-old hasn't used her cell phone, credit cards, or filled prescriptions since she vanished.
Mom had a very bubbly personality. She knew no stranger. She was kind to everybody. It didn't matter what walk of life you came from. She did not care. She'd give you the shirt off her back, and people just gravitated towards her.
Her daughter, Kelsey Smith, says the search for her mother hasn't been easy.
In the beginning, it was really hard, and I'm saying the beginning as in a couple of years. This wasn't just a couple of months. This was years of really trying to fight to keep her.
Yeah, it was really sad. You want to know why? Because the law enforcement didn't do anything. Okay? And there's reasons why. I don't care what the person's lifestyle was. It don't matter. People just don't disappear. But that was their problem. If it wasn't for her daughter, nobody would know who this case is.
Voice alive and people looking for her.
It's only now, all these years later, that Smith says she's hopeful the family will get answers.
We've got Texas EquiSearch, coming up constantly, and they are working directly with Missouri Highway Patrol and finding, different areas or exactly what they want to do, where they want to search, how they want to search. And again, that feels phenomenal. This has been more movement recently than I've seen at all.
Smith says she's doing her best to stay strong while the search continues.
You just have to learn to breathe through it and keep moving forward and just hope for the best and pray that justice will come.
Reporting in Benton County, I'm
There you
Frances
go.
Watson.
There you go.
Well, Benton County Sheriff Eric Knox says he handed the investigation over to the Highway Patrol early on. The patrol is now working with outside agencies to find Echo Lloyd.
Yeah, but what happened 6 years ago? What happened 6 years ago? Sorry, guys. It gets me. All right. Let's see what Brian Enton had to say 5 hours ago. Okay? Oh, she is. Yeah, I agree with you, Melissa.
Guthries' house behind me. This is her house, but just about 10 minutes away at her daughter Annie Guthries' house, which is where we believe Savannah Guthrie is also staying. They were actually out canvassing the neighborhood there. There were police going door to door, knocking on doors, trying to talk to people. So it's still very much an active investigation out here. In terms of the ransom notes, the first deadline has now passed. That one was at 5 p.m. We're told there was another deadline in the note, which is Monday. And as you heard Harvey Levin talking about, there are two things in the notes that the FBI has brought up as important. Number one, a reference to Nancy Guthrie's Apple Watch, and then also a reference to a floodlight on the outside of the house here. Timing is important, though. We don't know when they first received the ransom note. Could they have gathered some of this information from reporting that's been on the news and stuff on social media? We just don't know, Leland.
Okay, I got
Stay with
something
us,
to say. Savannah is on the Today Show. Don't you think? Why did the ransom note person, right, wait a few days, okay? And why didn't they send it to the Today Show where Savannah worked? I don't know.
Bring in Jodine Weber, Tony Braun. Thank you for joining us. Jodine, start with you. This idea that we are hearing from both Savannah Guthrie and now her brother of you need to contact us. What does that tell us that the FBI is telling the family about what they need to say?
I think they are providing the family with some very scripted language to utilize. Keep the lines of communication open. We want this person who has drafted this ransom letter to feel like they can contact you, that you are open, that you are receptive. And while you are establishing those lines of communication, keep establishing that your mother is a human and not an object. Use language that describes her as mom, mama, mommy, the things we heard them say last night. We want to know our mother is alive. Please provide proof of life. Just continue to reiterate that she is human, that she is cared for. Try to appeal to the emotions of the person that wrote the ransom letter.
Now, Toby, you can just imagine what the family is going through. As I was reading some of that script, I got chills listening to the son speak. I think every son puts themselves in that man's shoes. You could be talking about your mother. What has been stunning in this is some of the missteps, shall we say, of the local sheriff's office and how disconnected they seem to be from what is going on. For example, here is the sheriff talking today about seeing the plea that we all did from Savannah Guthrie. Take a listen.
Video last night, I didn't even know that was coming out, and somebody told me, and I went on, I think my wife went on Facebook and showed it to me. That family's devastated, and anybody who watches that video, I don't know how they can sit there and not say, my goodness, we need to get this lady back.
Toby, do we have any idea who's actually running this investigation?
Right now, it's a joint investigation with the FBI and the Pima County Sheriff's Office. Generally speaking, when the FBI gets involved, the FBI takes charge. However, it still appears that the sheriff is obviously very much involved in this investigation. He was the lead in the investigating agency on this, and they're still very much involved. And it seems like at this point it is a joint investigation. But once contact is made with any hostage takers, at that point the FBI will certainly take over.
It was not perhaps reassuring at any point to hear what this sheriff had to say. And Brian, I think that's a good point to bring you back in on. Help us understand what Pima County is like. And is there discussion on the ground, or is there something we don't understand between this disconnect of a sheriff who gives an interview to absolutely everybody and is on TV 24/7 and yet seems to make so many mistakes and seems to have to walk back so much and yet knows so little?
Why?
How did the sheriff not know that Savannah Guthrie made that video? How is it his wife who told him that?
His wife's Facebook
I mean,
page.
I cannot get past that point. Yeah, the FBI was in the house helping her make the video, but the sheriff had no idea. That, to me, leaves me speechless. In terms of other issues that have
Brian,
happened
settle
here,
down.
they took the crime scene tape down just a day afterwards, Leland, and then came back days later and put the crime scene tape back up. Today, the sheriff said, look, a Monday morning quarterbacking, that was a mistake. I wish I had left the tape up. And I asked the question at the press conference today, who's in control now? Because today it felt very much more like the FBI had taken over. And the sheriff didn't really want to say. He said, I don't think of it like that. It's not about who's in control. We're working this together. But there have obviously been some missteps over the last couple of days.
Yeah, Jodine, a couple of the things that I think the FBI spoke to, and we're trying to, I think, figure out, or we are, and maybe the FBI also is, whether or not these ransom notes are actually from the people who kidnapped and took Mrs. Guthrie and still have her. This is the FBI on that issue of the Apple Watch itself that was written about in the note.
I don't have the specific time frame as I sit here today of what time it came in, but that you are right. Anyone could see a floodlight hanging down, could have seen some of those things. The watch has been talked about, so that timing is tricky, but that's why we're taking it serious no matter what and following the leads on that.
That was in response to Brian Enton's question. So I guess, Jodine, my thought here, what is the FBI trying to tell the ransom note writers? They want to be showing respect, but without saying they believe them?
I think what they want to do is see, are they legit or not? Are they the people who actually have Nancy Guthrie? If not, they want to pursue possibly a separate crime of an imposter posing as a kidnapper, because that's distracting from the number one mission, and that is to locate Nancy Guthrie and to arrest whoever did abduct her in the middle of the night. Certainly with the FBI on scene now, we've got the CAST team, we've got all the resources that the FBI brings. Certainly with more boots on the ground, we can do more thorough neighborhood canvases, collect more videos, bring more technical analysis, possibly language services, equipment resources. There's all sorts
the amount of resources the FBI brings is just unbelievable here. This is from the FBI. I think it's interesting. You're getting sort of a dual message, right? You have the family speaking, we want our mom back, please contact us. And then the FBI putting the family out there. Here is the FBI talking directly to the kidnappers.
I think it's pretty clear the family wants to be contacted. They know time is of the essence. And if those that may have Nancy are watching this, the family is ready to talk, get proof of life, because there has been no contact after that ransom note went to the media.
Jodine, help us understand, why would the FBI sort of use the family?
I got a question. If there was a ransom note and they did not answer right away, but now they're ready, isn't that weird? What's wrong with just responding right away, right? I would be. Okay, they got the FBI, right? So they're going to watch social media and the comments, right? I don't know.
For lack of a better term, as a cutout rather than say, you have her, talk to us.
I think because they want to not come across as, okay, the law enforcement wants to talk to you. I think they feel that whoever this person is would feel more comfortable talking to the family and perhaps even make a mistake in that process, feeling less on guard.
Less threat, yeah. That makes sense. Brian, to you, where is this in the investigative process? And by that, I mean, you've been on how many countless of these major crime stories. Back when I was reporting and covering them, you would all of a sudden get these sort of alerts or moments where, okay, there was a suspicious car in a supermarket parking lot and everybody shows up and the FBI and all the evidence teams go and surround the car and search it, and then everybody leaves. And that'll happen in an apartment building, then it'll happen in a storage facility. A lot of them are false alarms, but they happen. Has there been any places with major law enforcement activity that they could possibly tell us where they are in the investigation?
No, not really. And I think that's one of the things that makes this so unique and so mysterious is
that
hasn't happened. I mean, we've obviously seen the police here at Nancy Guthrie's house. We've seen the police at Annie Guthrie's house, the daughter. But beyond that, it's not like they've swarmed a warehouse or there's some other, event that's happened. And I, just back to what you were talking about, I'm not convinced that the FBI fully thinks that these ransom notes are legit, Leland. I think it's a possibility, but my sense is there are maybe 2 or 3 or 4 roads that they are going down right now, and that the ransom notes may just be one of them, and they obviously have to, look at everything. But it seems, they wouldn't rule out persons of interest today. They said they don't have any suspects, and then at one point the sheriff said that everybody's a suspect. So I think there's more that we don't know beyond just the ransom note happening behind the scenes.
Now, Toby, are we to believe that there's all this work going on and they know so much more than they are letting on, even though, as Brian points out, there's been no other locations that we know of searched? There's been no videotape released of a possible suspect or even a license plate. What does the lack of information from the police and the FBI tell us?
Well,
at this point, in any active investigation like this, law enforcement is always going to be reluctant to release information to the public, unless releasing that information to the public has a direct benefit to them, i.e. releasing a photo and then asking the public for help of identifying that person in the photograph or a vehicle or somewhat of a description. So the fact that they're not releasing information tells us that there's nothing tangible right now that would be used to request public assistance that would really aid the public in helping to identify.
Yeah, the one place that they would be looking for finding the public's help would be if there was videotape. And Brian, I'll let you end this here. This is a retirement community. These homes are all worth $1 million+ Ring doorbell cameras are something we all have. Have you heard from any neighbors whether they've given videotape evidence to either the police or the FBI?
So yeah, I've talked to a lot of neighbors, and the detectives have been to all the neighbors' houses, but the issue is the houses are set far back off the road. They're on 1, 2, 3 acres of land. There's a ton of cactuses and brush in front. It's pitch black at night. There's no street lights. So it's not like a normal neighborhood where a Ring camera on a front door could see a car driving by. That's just not really the case here. So I don't think video in the neighborhood, from what I can tell, is going to be that helpful, Leland.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right.
All right, so there's that. Let's get to Wade Wilson now. Let's shift gears here, people. So, Law and Crime had a Wade wife on there. Hold on a minute. There we go. They had a Wade wife. So let me take my, hold on a minute. Hold up. Hold up. Oh, never mind. Is this it? Is this it? Nope. Okay, never mind. There, we'll just do that. Okay, we're gonna watch Law and Crime. They had a Wade wife on there, so let's go. Let's see what she's got to say. Thank you, Carol Cooper, for that. Thank you. All right, here we go.
Say we all four-person.
Recently, Law and Crime produced a documentary that's streaming on Paramount Plus entitled Handsome Devil, Shocking Killer. It tells the story of the case and the following that Wade Wilson amassed among women on social media because of his looks.
Oh,
Chelsea Bianco spoke exclusively with Law and Crime. Bianco dated Wilson.
I'm from Florida. I'm a photographer. I'm a mom of 2 little girls and a bunch of pit bulls. That's about it. I travel for a living and I love it.
Bianco said she met Wade Wilson on Facebook, and at first, she didn't believe the profile photo was real.
I thought I was being catfished. His appearance, it just didn't seem real. Honestly, I was thinking someone must have stolen this model's pictures or something. And I asked him, if he was legit, and he said, well, let's FaceTime. And so we did. And that was our first conversation. His Facebook only had a handful of pictures. And a lot of times, and no followers, no friends.
Well, that's when you begin to investigate. I say investigate from the beginning, okay? When you get that full name, you look into that person, right? And save yourself. Because there wasn't much going on his Facebook because that guy was too busy being locked up. Just saying. This Wade wife begged to be acknowledged on TikTok. Oh, did she? Oh, okay. How you doing? Her family traveled with the... No. Boy, you guys know everything. I don't know shit. That's because I didn't know about these people on TikTok until like the very end of 2024 when they started coming for me. Okay, what's her name again? Bianca or Chelsea? I can't remember. Let's do it.
Really, it wasn't like a regular profile, so it was, concerning. And then when we FaceTimed, it proved it was him. He just had a new Facebook, I guess. So, he was a good-looking guy. I was single and he was single, so there wasn't too much more. I guess I should have asked more questions, obviously.
Bianco talked about what Wilson looked like when she met him.
Our first outing we went to, he had his shirt off, so you could pretty much see most of them. One from Houston, stuff about Texas, a girl's face, I believe, was a couple of them.
And she talked about how there were signs that something was off with Wade from the start.
There was already red flags from the start. I had a friend of mine that was with me, and her boyfriend and him and Wade clicked So the next day, my friend's boyfriend actually told me that he had gotten a hold of drugs while we were at the concert. So that was already a concern from the beginning. So we work all kinds of events, festivals, fairs, concerts, arts and crafts shows, all kinds of stuff. So we work food concessions. We sell funnel cakes and corn dogs and stuff out of food trailers. He worked in our pizza stand, and I caught him stealing while he was in there. He looked at me like he could not believe I just questioned him. And
sorry, I got to pause it for fair use. Let me look at the comments. Model, I'm sorry, he's gross, and this is one that dated him for a week or two. Really? See, my God, you guys are good. I think that's when he left her for Chris, the guy. She always wanted attention. Should I contact law and crime? I'd be embarrassed. I don't know why they're all proud. He is a serial killer. He killed women. I wonder if she's got a Wade Wilson tattoo. Okay, carry on. Let's continue.
Very slowly unraveled the $50 bill that was crumbled up underneath his fingers and handed it to me. And I took it and put it where it was supposed to go. And that was kind of our first real eye contact, I feel like. He acted like he wasn't going to put it anywhere bad. He acted like, what? And I mean, when you're taking money at a register, what's the reason to have a $50 bill rolled up under your fingers back here where you can't see it? Where was it going to go? It wasn't going to the right places.
Now I'm going to get into more from Chelsea Bianco shortly, but first, let's get back to Wade Wilson's criminal case.
Good morning and welcome to the Florida Supreme Court. Our first case today is Wilson.
People, this was a joke. People lost $100K to this attorney. This attorney is laughing. Okay? Yeah, don't spam the chat. Okay? Let's continue. Yo.
Versus State of Florida, number 2024-1345.
Wade Wilson's case was a death penalty case, of course, so it's automatically being appealed to the Florida Supreme Court. One of his main arguments, the constitutionality of Florida's new requirement for a death penalty verdict following the Parkland school shooting case. When the killer received life without parole instead of a death sentence, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill into law that lowered the threshold for the jury verdict from unanimous to 8-4 for a death sentence.
Michael Luckman on behalf of Wade Wilson. May it please the court. Seated with me at council table is co-counsel for Mr. Wilson, Laurel Cornell Niles. If this argument had been taking place on December 17th of 2025.
You guys, look at how packed that place is. Look at him smile. Pay attention. He's laughing all the way to your bank or to his bank. Come on, guys. Wade Wilson ain't going nowhere. Stop it.
My presentation would be very different, but I certainly am aware of the two opinions that this court issued on December 18th. Hunt being the lead one, and Jackson perhaps to a lesser extent. I will acknowledge that all of the claims that I'm raising in my brief have been considered and rejected in the Hunt opinion.
The Hunt opinion relates to Michael Hunt's conviction for a 2019 quadruple shooting that left a teenager dead and 3 seriously hurt. The Florida Supreme Court upheld his death sentence under the new non-unanimous threshold.
I continue to believe in these arguments that I've raised. Of course, I believe under Pew that my client has an ex post facto challenge. But again, this court has rejected that challenge. And the next step for my client and probably for Mr. Hunt is going to be the United States Supreme Court to consider that.
Okay.
So otherwise, I love a good intellectual argument, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to beat my head against a brick wall knowing that literally less than or just over 30 days ago, you've issued an opinion addressing all of the issues that I'm raising in my brief. So of course, I'm open to any questions, but at the same time, the other point I was going to make perhaps if I could distinguish Hunt, or perhaps if I could say that Hunt was somehow not argued the way that I would have argued it, but I'm very familiar with Hunt. I've watched Ms. Becheris's argument. I think she did a wonderful job, and she presented all the issues that I would have presented them the way that I would present them today or on December 17th. And beyond that, Ms. Becheris was my legal writing and oral argument instructor in law school. And one of the first things she instructed me is when there's precedent against you, you acknowledge that precedent to the court. You preserve your issue for further review, but you don't.
Oh, no. No, it's a joke. No. There's a YouTuber on here that, okay, I'll show you the YouTuber. Okay, this is the YouTuber.
I'm Flames Trotter. You cocksucker's the new sheriff in town. I've been assigned on the YouTube streets. I'll be policing your chats, your subscribers, your mama, your daddy, your auntie, your uncle, your dog, so I can say I put in that work.
That's right. He says it all the time. Patty Sturgis. When you say that, put JK, so people don't think it's him. No, this is what he does. He'll look into the camera and yell at you, right? And then he'll say, no spam in the chat. Let's continue. No. Sorry.
Waste the court's time unless the court is somehow interested in further discussing the matter. So with that, if there are any questions, I'm happy to address them. Otherwise, again, I acknowledge that Hunt resolves.
Okay, this is what's happening here also. I don't think they understand. Who knows when it's going to get to the Supreme Court? So it's going to be like, okay, you women and males, keep giving that money to the law firm. Yep, keep bringing that money in. That's what's up.
Issues in this case, I preserve these issues, and I will intend to raise them in the United States Supreme Court.
So there were no oral arguments as planned. Wilson's attorneys are going to the U.S. Supreme Court now with their arguments.
I'm Rick Buckwalter, Assistant Attorney General, and I represent the appellee, in this case, the state of Florida. My intention coming here this morning was to limit my arguments to responding to those arguments raised by my friend over here on my left, given that he has acknowledged that this court's decisions in both Hunt and Jackson kind of set that aside for today. I really don't have any argument to make, and we would sit on our brief unless, of course, the court has any questions.
Chelsea Bianco talked about how she feels about Wade Wilson.
I would doubt he has any remorse for anything he did. He didn't seem remorseful in any of the little snippets of the court videos that I did see. He was damn near smiling. I think he was thinking he could get over on me.
What?
And I was thinking, I see this every day. We hire people.
What does she mean? I see this every day. Well, then why did you stay with him? Why did you even get involved? What's her name again? Chelsea Bianca? Chelsea, they're going to come after you now because you're on here. Those girls are going to come for you. Just saying.
And that's the number one thing that I have to watch out for, whether you're my boyfriend or not. And I don't honestly think Wade even knows who he is as a person because he's constantly putting on a facade to impress people. I try to still see the human in him, but at the same time, you can't deny the things that he's done. So it's hard to still have humility when someone's done the things that they've done.
Chelsea also talked about her state of mind when she was dating Wade, who she said cheated on her twice.
I was very overweight and...
Oh my God. I don't mean to laugh. He cheated on her twice. But as my beautiful people in my chat told me, they were only together a week to 2 weeks.
Drinking a lot whenever I met him. I was in a very toxic state, I would say, in my life. And so I drank a lot at that time, and it made me very overweight. So I feel like that was something that was pointed out, was people saying that I was desperate. But I feel like at the end of the day, he was the one that was desperate. And also, when we got to our next event, another person told me that they seen a girl come out of our room.
Whoa.
So whether it was the girl, he got her number,
Oh
or
my
a whole
God.
new one, I don't know.
So,
I think that
okay, you're with this guy a week to 2 weeks. You let him stay in your home when you're at work? Would you be wondering, like, hey, you don't work?
he is just the true definition of a narcissist, because I feel like that's what they do. They just consistently use people.
And despite Wade's good looks, Chelsea said their sex life was nothing special.
It wasn't all warm and fuzzy. It wasn't.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I gotta give my commentary. She, on purpose, brought up the sex. You know that, right? Because she knows he's going to hear about it. Let's back that up. I'm sorry, people. Here we go.
Sex life was nothing special.
It wasn't all warm and fuzzy. It wasn't romantic. It wasn't falling in love. It wasn't cute, sweet cuddles at night. It was like almost roommate status, or, you know, just we're living in the same room, in the same bed, and that's what it is. I don't think your looks has anything to do with what you're capable of in the bedroom. Just because a boat looks nice doesn't mean it floats, you know? There's no motor.
Chelsea is incredibly hopeful that other women can learn from her story.
I hope that my story can make girls ask more questions, and it can show my daughters one day just to be smarter than their mom and keep themselves as safe as they possibly can.
Wade Wilson remains on Florida's death row.
Wow.
His appeal is now on its.
Wow. Comments? Anybody? Anybody? Yeah. Oh my God. But she was in a bad headspace. Chelsea, you know what's going to happen, right? Not for me. I just reviewed your words, what you had to say. Anybody should know. Do your research. Do your research on people. Like, if you're going to date some dude, you know, do it in a public setting. Listen to me. But also, when you get the full name, look into it. I did it for my niece. The guy thought he was sneaky. I found out who he was, his full name. I found out where he worked, the company, and I found out his address. She met him on Bumble, and I found him. Damn right I did. Auntie did. Because how he treated her. I'm like, okay. I said, why don't you text him his full name and say, hey. Right? Damn right. Got to protect women. And I'm Auntie, so Auntie will. Okay, hold on a minute. I just got an email. Let me looky. Oh my God, you guys, I'm so excited. Hold on, I want to see what it's about. I may share it with you guys. Hold on a minute. Okay, let's bring it up. Oh my God, I'll be so excited. Who's this from? Oh, shit. Oh my God. No spamming the chat, people. No spamming the chat. I want to thank everybody for being here. Please hit the like, consider becoming a member, all that fun shit. Okay? Do it. And thank you. It's yeah. Just thank you. Just thank you for being here. That's all that matters. Uh-oh. Oops. Sorry, I'm getting into my email. I got to see something before I tell you guys anything. No. Oh my God. Damn it. All right. Shoot. I'm waiting for some records from Florida. I was excited. But these records I was looking for don't exist. Damn it. Sorry, guys. I thought I was going to have good news for us. Dang it. Dang it. Okay, so let's do this. If anybody wants to help me read, can you come up here? If not, I understand. A lot of people don't want to be on a live. I get it. So, I wanted to know, what are the things his attorney's talking about? Because this docket's super hard to find. I'm not kidding, people. Very hard to find. This is his initial brief. Okay, that Uferman. Let me just. I'm so stupid. Anybody can. Oh my God, what's going on here? Oh, that's kind of cool. Anybody can come up here at any time. Just let me know. Okay. Hold on a minute. All right. Hold on, I got a call. All right, I got to get comfortable. Okay. So his attorney did not want to bring up anything because he already brought up this stuff to the board. And he said they denied him. It's 108 pages. We are not going to do the 108. Are you kidding me? But this is what he brought up. Okay? And this was in May 2025. So let's get to it. Initial brief is right here. I found it. All right. So what it says here, facts of the case. Okay. Charged Lee County to, okay, we know what he was charged with. Do you guys want me to read that? Everybody knows, right? What he did. All my peoples that are here. Would you? Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm losing my voice. I'm sorry. Okay, let's just get to it. Okay, we know he took 2 lives. Okay, 2 beautiful women. Okay, let's make this bigger so you guys can see. How's that? There we go. Here's one thing that he brought up right here. At trial, Wilson was represented by Lee Hollander and Kevin Shirley. The state was represented by, it doesn't say. Okay, what's this? References to the record on appeal will be made by destination R followed by appropriate page. Okay, this ain't nothing. This ain't nothing to read. Okay, grand theft of motor vehicle of Mila and battery count on her. And then, theft of Fanny's house. Okay, he talks about state attorney assistant Sarah Miller and Andreas. How do you, no, they call her Andrea, don't they? And then they talk about the judge. Okay. Oh, God, my throat. Hold on a minute. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm going to continue. I coughed. We're good. Okay. The trial began on June 3rd. It concluded on June 12th. At the conclusion of the guilt phase, the jury found Wilson guilty of all counts. The penalty phase began the 24th and concluded on the 25th. At the conclusion of the penalty phase, the jury recommended death. For the murder relating to, here we go. Remember, guys, I told you what they were going to say, what they were going to use. Okay. For the murder count relating to Miss Melton, the jury unanimously found the appellate, or I'm just going to say Wilson, previously convicted of a felony under sentence of imprisonment and placed on community control or felony probation. Anonymous found that Wilson was previously convicted of another capital felony, the felony involving the use of threat and violence, found that the unalived was heinous, whatever that word is, cruel, and the jury voted 9-3. Wilson should be sentenced to death. For the unalived relating to Diane, the jury unanimously found that Wilson, previously convicted of a felony under sentence of imprisonment or placed on community control, found Wilson was previously convicted of another capital felony for the use of threat and violence to a person, found that the unalived was especially heinous, cruel, found that the murder was committed in a cold, calculated, premeditated manner without pretense or moral or legal justification. So they voted 10-2 to that, which we know. Okay, he had that Spencer, whatchamacallit. He had the Spencer hearing. You guys remember that? I do. Do you guys remember what happened at that Spencer hearing? You guys remember? Okay, I'll just continue. The hearing was held on August 27th, 2025. Trial court sentenced Wilson to death for both murders. Trial court rendered a detailed sentencing order that weighed the relevant, aggravating, and whatever. Okay. So here they talk about Spencer versus State. The trial court imposed the following sentence for remaining counts of 5 years imprisonment, grand theft of motor vehicle, 364 days in jail, battery count for 15 years, imprisonment for burglary, 364 days in jail for petty theft. Okay, statement of facts, guilt phase, jury selection. The jury was selected. The trial court gave preliminary instructions, and the state gave an opening statement. Okay, they're bringing up Josh here. Oh my God, this is a lot, people. They're bringing up Josh, Christopher, Patricia, Stephanie. Oh my God. Jason, Charles. What's going on here? Okay, we already know all this. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to get to, okay. Okay, this is what everybody said in the hearing, but I want to know what he's using. He's using his head injury, like I said. Okay, now we're talking about the doctor. Remember the doctor? He was a joke. But he was talking about his head injury. Okay. Okay, talking about that doctor, psychiatrist. They're talking about the Baker's, what are they talking about? Baker's Act. They're saying he has schizophrenia? No, okay. You guys, I'm trying to find information, okay? Okay. Appellant Wilson's rebuttal. Jury instructions. parties gave their closing statements, and the trial court instructed the jury. The jury found a vote of 9-3. Wilson should be sentenced to death for the murder of Christine Melton, and the jury found a vote of 10-2. Wilson should be sentenced to death for Diane Ruiz. Why are they going back on this? For real? Letter from the adoptive parents. He said he has brain trauma. Closing arguments in the trial court's pronounced sentence. So, okay, what he's trying to do here, you guys help me out. Here we go. Found it. Thank you for your patience, people. Wilson raises 6 claims on appeal. Okay, here we go. I found it. Jesus. First, the application of the 2023 version, okay, it talks about the Florida statutes, which eliminates a jury unanimity requirement. Wilson offenses, which occurred in 2019, violates the ex post facto causes of the United States and Florida Constitution, as well as Florida statutory law. The elimination of the unanimity requirement makes it substantially more difficult for a capital defendant to defend against imposition of a death sentence than a pre-2023 sentencing statute. So that's what they're arguing about. Remember we talked about this. Let me come to my chat. Anybody talking? Anybody got anything to say? Okay. Oh, I thought you said gotta go. Oh my God, I can't even read right. Gotta take a drink. Hold on. All right, let's continue. Oh, where am I? Florida statute prohibits radioactive application of statute dealing in any way with the crime or its punishment. Second, the court holding State versus Pool, the anatomy was not constitutional, required in a capital sentencing, except for finding one or more aggravating factors, should be revisited in the light of the Supreme Court. And then they give case law right here, okay? An unanimous verdict as inherent to the right to the jury trial. Third, Florida's capital sentencing scheme does not satisfy the Eighth Amendment standards because of the combined effect of the recent elimination, anatomy requirement, the elimination of, oh my God, they use these big words, review, and the increase over time, the number and the scope of aggravating factors. The current system does not adequately channel the sentencer discretion and does not contain sufficient safeguards against arbitrary and inconsistent capital sentencing. Finally, in Claim 4, Wilson asserts that section, okay, here you go, the case law. The heinous, cruel aggravator is unconstitutional. Claim 5, he asserts the section, okay, says that cold, calculated, premeditated aggravator is unconstitutional. Are you kidding me? What about the rights of Diane and Christine? Sorry, guys. I mean, come on. Come on. Unconstitutional. Because of all the issues presented in this brief appeal, constitutionally statutory interpretation of Florida death penalty law, this court review is de novo. Never heard of that word. Waterman and Buster. They only raised 5. They only raised 5, didn't they? Oh, 6. 6 claims. All right, where are we? Third. Oh, there's claim 5. Sorry, there's claim 5. Where's 6? Oh, there's claim 6. So he didn't like how they use these words. The words. The victim impact statement, the victim impact evidence is unconstitutional? What? You guys, are you kidding me? Claim 6. He asserts victim impact evidence is unconstitutional. You have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Look at this, you guys. I can't believe what I just read. I had to go back. Oh, shit. You remember that? I'm back, y'all. Sorry, I had to walk. Oh, okay. It's okay. You guys, the victim impact evidence is unconstitutional. What? Okay. Standard of review. Because of all the issues presented in this brief appeal, constitutional and statutory interpretation of the Florida's death penalty. There you go. I said it from the beginning. They're going to use that. Death penalty law. The court review is okay. I went there. Here we go. The 2 murder offenses in the case occurred on October 7, 2019. After 2 murder offenses were committed, Senate Bill 450 was signed into law. Immediately went into effect. Its signing on April 20th, 2023. The bill amended Florida statutes that a death sentence may be imposed if it is recommended by 8 jurors and opposed to unanimous recommendation of all 12 was required, which we know that they were going to do this one in his appeal. Right? I did. And I thought something else they were going to use too. A couple other things. Okay, due to either lack of preservations or lack of merit, undersigned counsel are not raising any claims in this brief relating to the guilt phase of Wilson's trial. Motion to sever objection to autopsy photos. Motion for a mistrial. What? See, I'm not an attorney. I don't understand some of this shit. Okay, what's this? Okay, this is case law. Remember, he's talking about Hunt? We should look into Hunt. Should we look into Hunt, people? Because that's what his attorney's focusing on. This case right here. Oh, Hunt versus State. So we can kind of get an idea. Let me take a screenshot of this so we can get an idea what his attorney is doing. Okay. Prior version of the statute, Florida law, goes into all this. As explained below, application 2023 version of section Wilson's case violates the ex post facto clauses of the United States, Florida Constitution, as well as Florida law. So he's upset because Florida Supreme Court does not agree. Abolishing indemnity violates the federal and state constitution because it creates the risk of increasing punishment. Okay, it talks about the ex post case clause. Let's see if they say anything about Wayne. They just talk about more case law, but remember, he's focusing on Hunt. Nothing about Wade. Nothing. See, this is all case law. I know nothing. Oh, what's this? So you're talking about the Sixth Amendment here. Cases have focused on when giving binding facts is required to make a defendant legally eligible for a more severe penalty. No, that don't. They're saying nothing about Wade. It's all case law. Just so you people know. That's why I'm not reading it. Let's see. Florida's new capital sentencing scheme, which requires the jury unanimously and especially find all the aggravating factors were proven abound beyond reasonable doubt, and honestly find significant aggravating factors exist to impose the death penalty. Okay, that's case law. Never mind. Or statutes or whatever. Okay, they don't talk about Wade here. Nothing about Wade. This is all about, I told you guys, the death penalty. I think all he's trying to do, oh, here we go. They're trying to make it so he gets life without parole. That's my opinion. All right. Did I just see Wade's name here somewhere? Okay. Okay. Wilson's respectfully suggests that the court's decision in State versus Poole that the United States Constitution does not require jury unanimity, whatever, on the verdict of death. Okay, so State versus Poole. Talking about the Louisiana thing in 1930s. Oregon of the KKK. Okay. You guys, we could go through this forever. Oh my God. We're almost done. Let me finish it out. Because he's not even saying anything about Wade. Okay? Okay. Nothing. Oh, what's this? Okay, he did bring up the Parkland. I don't want to say what because, boy, YouTube is sensitive on certain cases. You guys know what I'm talking about when I say Parkland, I hope. If you don't, I'm highlighting for you. Okay? Okay, let's see here. Is anybody in any Wade Wilson's groups? Oh, here we go. Here's more. Okay, let's read this. 2023 sentencing statute does not respect historic role of the jury and abolishment was intended specifically to deprive the jury. Okay, so he's talking about a high-profile case because it was high-profile case ending in an unpopular result because Wade Wilson made it that way. Okay, look what Jesse did. Wilson asserts that unanimity, and death recommendation is constitutional required. Okay, here we go. More case law, or statutes, and case law. The court had previously rejected arguments that the capital sentencing scheme is because of. Never mind. Just so you people know, this ain't about Wade. It's all about case law here. It's about a different case. They're talking about different cases, just so you know. What's this? Okay. Hmm. I should play some background music, guys, shouldn't I? I see this all the time. The Hearst case. You guys, I have talked about this case before. They use it in everything. I swear to God. I swear to God, they do. Out there in Florida. Oh my God, I don't see nothing. We're almost done. If you guys want this, let me know, and I will give it to you. All you've got to do is email me, and I'll send you this if you want to read it. But these are the things he brought up at the Florida Supreme Court. Actually, there were 7 claims, but there's only 6 in this one. Nothing. We're almost done. Nothing. All right. Prior to trial, defense counsel filed a motion asserting that, okay, there's another case law. Victim impact evidence is unconstitutional. Oh, don't even get me on that. Okay, I'm not going to read that, but it does piss me off. I guess that don't mean nothing. All right. For these reasons articulated by defense counsel below, Wilson asserts that the section is unconstitutional. What's this? Appropriate remedy for all claims is reversal of the death sentence that will impose in this case. What did I tell you, people? What did I tell you, people? Yep. There you go, people. That's it. That's it. That is it. Hello. Hey, Rhonda. Hey, Rhonda. Amber, you guys are still with me. Thank you. I was reading. Let me give you my email if all you peoples want this. So you know what's going on. There you go. You know what? Caffeine does not wake me up. You know what it does to me, actually? It gets me tired. Isn't that strange? It makes me tired. Oh, I was going to try to take Nala for a walk. Damn it. Oh, the wind. Never mind. Benadryl. I don't know. I've never had Benadryl. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of everything? Huh. Depending on what type of caffeine makes me tired. You know, it's strange. I could go to Caribou and get my campfire mocha, which I love, and it don't make me tired. It makes no flipping sense. Let me put Granny in the background. Hold on. Let's put Granny there. There we go. She should have kept her mouth shut. She should have kept her mouth shut. She's nothing but trouble for cases. She's got to be the first of everything. She don't care who she gets in trouble, as long as she gets her face out there. I'm not kidding. That's how I feel about Ashley. Plus, she wanted to know if Jeffrey Epstein was single. Why, Ashley? Ash, she signed it. Kisses and hugs, Ash. I think Wade won't have the funds to retain Uberman going forward. If these people continue giving money, they are throwing their money away. The 1K that Uberman got is a joke, okay? He left his way all the way to the bank, and he's going to continue. I read that last night, that your video, that's unreal. Uh-oh, what'd I do? What'd I do? I read last night that your video. Did I go live? I don't think I went live. I was too bummed out yesterday. That's right. That's right. He sure can. God, what a joke. That was a joke. He's so stupid. So all the attorney is doing is just trying to turn over the death penalty. That's it. So he gets life. That's all. No, he won't. I don't think so either. Okay, let's see what's going on the internet. Any updates? Let me look. Okay, there ain't nothing. Nothing new. Do we got any more missing people? We got many, 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 many. Oh, I can't believe how many people are live about this case. I mean, I don't have any room to talk, but I'm not going to spend my whole day on Granny. I had to say what I had to say about Granny. Oh, yes. Ain't that something? I laughed. I'm like, oh my God. She wanted to know if Jeffrey Epstein was single, and that was December 9th, 2013. So after he's been found that he's a PDF, right? Why do people want to be in Jeffrey's life? Why? Oh, God, it's so gross, some of the stuff. I just don't get it. Wonder. It might be missing something. Get me missing. Yeah. What's everybody doing today? Anything good? I was going to go for a walk with Nala because it said it's 36 degrees until I looked and it said it feels like 17. So now I'm disappointed because I'd taken her out before when it was 39 degrees and we were good. Work? Okay. Oh, gosh. Ugh. I wish I could work. Working my ass off. Sweet little girl Nala. That's right, my sweet little girl. Oh, for the Super Bowl. You're crazy, girl. I'm proud of you, though. I hope it warms up for you. I think it'd be fun to live out there, actually. I've never left my state, okay, until I went and helped KB, which I'm grateful for, by the way, and I said it because I got to see my daughter. It was a win-win situation for me. And thank God I did. Thank God. Are you ready for some football? The Super Bowl, right? You're talking about the Super Bowl? Anybody? Do you know? Oh, Mardi Gras. Oh, okay, I was wrong. The dancing tonight and tomorrow night. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. You know what? Is it going to be on TV? That will be exciting. I'm going to have to see if there's live earth cams. I'm going to find you. I'm going to find you. We're going drinking before the park. Oh my God, so much fun. Oh my God. I wish I had friends in real life. Okay? You think so? I'll be looking. You guys, I mean, I have acquaintances. No, I don't have friends because I put my life on hold to take care of my parents. I sacrificed my own life since 2011. However, I have trust issues with people out here. Right. Because bad stuff. Oh, yeah, I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to go into details. Yeah. Mardi Gras, she said it. Okay. I know, Carol, it is sad. Don't worry, I'm not going to cry, but some days it's like, oh my God, I just want to go do something with a friend, right? But no, here I am by myself in my car, right? Or with my dad in it. I know, I'm going to look around. Heck yeah, I am. Just watch everybody get drunk. Uh-huh. So there's Granny on the screen. There's the information. It's a very strange case. It don't make sense. I have my opinion, but I better just I'm just going to be safe and keep my mouth shut. JLR, by the way, let me talk a little bit about JLR. If you guys don't know who JLR is, I was proud of him. I started seeing changes in him. People can change. He did like 11 years in a federal pen for stealing from people, fraud, a bunch of shit like that, and stuff like that. I don't know it all, but he also sued over 3,000 people, or tried to. He no longer can sue anybody. However, he seemed to be going back to his icky ways again, because he goes after victims in crimes. He used to be bad. He would go to their home, right, and videotape them and yell at them. I know you did something to them. Where did you put them? Where are they at? And he quit being like that for like 2 years now. He started back in again, you guys. I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed in him. And I can be as a true crime creator, right? Because he's got 500,000 subs. I think he changed because he got out of those subs, and they're mainly older people, elderly. At the end of the day, you're the hero for taking care of your parents. I know. My son was really good to me the other night and said he was proud of me, and I've never heard that before. But my son, my oldest son, and I was like, wow, okay, that kind of felt good. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to compliments. It's kind of hard. What was I talking about? Oh, JLR. He even tried to sue Trump. Let me show you. This is what's funny. He's a MAGA, right? There's videos of him shaking Trump's hand. Okay, let me show you something. I've done this before. I've showed this before, but we're gonna look at it again. Hold on a minute. Let me get the document. Hold up. Oh my God, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Shoot, 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 shoot. Come on. Oh, God. He even tried to sue, here we go. He even tried to sue, oh my God. Oh, come on. I have the document, you guys. Okay? Hold on. This disappoints me. Let's see. I gave the document to a bunch of people. Let's see. All right, here we go. I found it. This is Jonathan when he tried to sue Trump. I wonder if it's really I know he started changing. I did the same thing and took care of my brother who died at 38. And then my mother a year later, I took care of my brother. Oh God, isn't that hard? It is so overwhelming, you guys. Okay. I'm going to be relieved when my dad passes, right? It's going to be sad. I'm going to be sad. But then I'm going to sit here, even though I complain about him, but what he did was bad. He's a control freak. And it's going to be like, wow, what do I do with my life? Okay, let's look at when Jonathan Lee Richards is going to sue Trump. Okay? All right. What's funny is there's videos of him shaking Trump's hand. He was a front row Joe. Jonathan Lee Richards versus Donald Trump. This was filed on 4/13/2016. Jonathan has submitted a 2-page document seeking an emergency preliminary injunction. Mind you guys, he did this when he was in prison. He did all this shit when he was in prison. Preliminary injunction and temporary restraining order to stop Donald Trump from running for president. Richards is filing a deficit, or I don't know that word, you guys, because he did not submit the filing fee or application to proceed, requiring a $350 filing. Even had Richards filed a motion to proceed, the court would have denied it because Richard has abused the judicial process as set forth in the orders denying his motion to proceed. Oh my God, this is the wrong one. That's okay, we'll read this. Richards had filed thousands of actions in federal courts throughout the country, most of which have been dismissed frivolous, malicious, or failing to state a claim upon which relief would be granted. Therefore, he is barred from proceeding, forma whatever that word is, unless he can show that he qualifies, imminent danger or physical injury. Richard states that he faces imminent danger, bodily harm, but provides no facts to support his statement. His claims are absurd and do not plausibly raise concern of imminent danger or serious physical injury. The complainant The complainant is a series of unquestionable, frivolous civil actions Bridges has filed in federal courts across the nation. So yeah, there you have it. You tried to sue Trump. You tried, people. Hold on a minute. Where's that document? Hold on a minute, please. Shit. All right. He even tried to sue the Guinness Book of whatever world records. Isn't that funny? Okay, all I can find is a recommendation order, but that's okay. That's okay. You guys get what I'm saying, right? You get what I'm saying, right? Jonathan, don't go back to your old ways. That's what I'm seeing. I helped take care of my stepdad. Oh, yeah, sorry. Cancer does suck. Cancer does suck. Took my daddy and my stepdad, so I know how your heart feels. So that's what I got to say about JLR. But you want to know why? Because I'm watching him. You can have your opinion on who took Granny, right? But oh my God, he come out just a punching. You got a huge platform like that. You have a responsibility, okay? And what you put out there. I feel that way with my teeny tiny channel. Yep. So I'm just saying. Okay, anything else? Dang it. I wanted to read to you guys what he wrote because it was comical. It was comical what he wrote in his court filing. Oh well. Oh well, people. That's just so you know. When you know, you know.
I'm Flames Trotter. You cocksucker's the new sheriff in town! I've been assigned on the YouTube streets! I'll be policing your chats! Your subscribers! Your mama! Your daddy! Your auntie, your uncle, your dog, so I can say I put in that work!
What really went down at the Crown called Christina the Stalker got escorted out of their webs. We recorded John Ramsey. I had my hidden gems, Joe Schmo, Grayson. Through my dirty work, I had 9-1 ounce speed dial. Johnny Boy was not at the crime con. Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah,
Hi, Precious.
And you're wrong, by the way. It's not Skid Row.
I know it ain't.
Who is it?
Tabitha. Hi. You pie? Yeah. Mama loves you.
I love you.
You do?
Yeah.
I love you more.
I love you even more.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think you're beautiful.
I think you're beautiful.
You're precious.
It's a ballast tape.
And you're my girl. It's Cinderella.
She is beautiful, ain't she? She's my girl. She's my precious. Do you notice she copied everything? except for when I told her she was precious, because she knew that was her special name. Okay? That's nobody's name but hers. Thank you. Thank you. The grandma out in Washington, she's been sending me videos. She sent me a real cute one yesterday. I'm so grateful when she does that. Of Tabitha's baby, I'm talking about. Yeah. All right, you guys. I think that'll be it. That's about Granny. That's about. Oh, one more thing. Hold on. All right. Oh, where is it at? Hold on. There's something else I wanted to share. Hold on. Okay, hold on. There we go. No, that's Tabitha. That's Tabitha. When she was 4 years old. Hold on, please. Hold on, please. Guess who that is? You only get one guess, people. Let me take, there we go. Let's do the background here. There we go. Who is that, people? You only get one guess. That's it. Not two. One. Who is that? Oh, you're talking about my grandbaby. Oh. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't know if you knew that. That's right. That's right. She's on probation until this body. You guys are good. I'm proud of you. She's on here. She's on probation until, is it 2037? Let's look. She's on probation. Hold on. We'll get there. I've been meaning to share this, but it's been crazy. Okay, let's read through this a little bit. I could be wrong on the number, but, be patient with me. I will get it all right here for you right now. All right, people. So this is Bonnie Wiggins. This is an update of her. Let's look at what's going on with her right now. She's on supervised probation. All right, here we go. Let's make it big for you guys. This is Bonnie. Supervision began 1/28/2026, Fort Myers. Community control. Oh, termination date 1/26/2033. Woohoo! That's a long time. But that's good because Bonnie needs to get her shit together. Okay. So let's see here. These are all the charges, her past ones. 2 years, 5 years. It all has to do with substances, by the way. But, you know, she didn't run into Wade Wilson, right? There we go. There we go, people. You screenshot that. It's funny. I know. I bet you she's watching everything. Yep. All right, you guys. I'm going to go for now. I appreciate every one of you. I'll be back later. But that is all the updates that I wanted to share. So I hope everybody has a good day. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Okay? Consider becoming a member. All that fun stuff. Hey, I got to advertise, right? Love you too, sis. Love you too. All right, everybody. See you later.